Rabbim inşallah namazlarınızı kabul eylesin.
Dear brothers, Assalamu alaikum. Eid Mubarak to all of us, inshallah. Our Imam explained how to pray, how to perform Eid prayer, and I would like to try to repeat what he said in English. It is 2 rakat, it is 2 units prayer, which is wajib according to the Hanafi fuqaha, Hanafi Islamic jurisprudence scholars. It is 2 rakat, but what is more, it has got 3 extra tekbir, ziyada tekbir, for both 2 rakats. First of all, when we make our intention for the Eid prayer, we are going to take iftitah tekbir, beginning tekbir, and we are going to put our hands. And then we are going to read Subhanak, the prayer Subhanak. And then once we finish, Imam is going to take another tekbir, raising his hands to the head, Allahu Akbar, and he's going to release his hands to the side, and then it's going to be followed the second one, Allahu Akbar, and release again, and the third one, Allahu Akbar, and then he's going to put his hands. I'm going to read Surah Al-Fatiha and ziyada, another surah from Quran, Holy Quran, and Ruku Sajda. When we get up for the second rakat, second Ruku, he's going to read Surah Al-Fatiha and ziyada surah. And then before we go to Ruku with Takbir, he's going to raise his hand again, Allahu Akbar. This is the first. And the second one, Allahu Akbar. And the third time, Allahu Akbar. The fourth takbir, we don't raise our hands. We directly go to Ruku. Okay? This is 2 rakat, wajib, and we are going to follow the Imam. If you don't rush, inshallah, you don't make any mistake, inshallah. May Allah accept our prayers. And brothers, we are, alhamdulillah, running this mosque. We are trying to keep our doors every time to everyone, regardless of their ethnicity. And alhamdulillah, our mosque is providing 5 times daily prayer, and it is also a proactive dialogue center. Alhamdulillah, we have non-Muslim friends, they're coming in, they learn about Islam, they learn about Muslims. Alhamdulillah, it's going to be really good opportunity for community creation. Alhamdulillah. We are proud of our service that we provide in this mosque, alhamdulillah. But the mosque is not belong to only the governing body. And the problems is not only their problems. The problem is ours, and we need to deal with the mosque issues. I mean the financial issues, basically. And inshallah, we are going to collect sadaqah. Please try to make your donations as much as you can. May Allah accept your donations in this blessed day. And inshallah, Allah Ta'ala may reward you 1,000 times than the other days. Amin, inshallah.
We are starting prayer, Eid prayer. Please feel the box. Feel the lines, inshallah. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. سبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لم تقولون ما لا تفعلون كبر مقتا عند الله أن تقولوا ما لا تفعلون إن الله يحب الذين يقاتلون في سبيله صفا كأنهم بنيان مرصوص. وإذ قال موسى لقومه يا قوم لم تؤذونني وقد تعلمون أني رسول الله إليكم فلما زاغوا أزاغ الله قلوبهم والله لا يهدي القوم الفاسقين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد
الله أكبر الله أكبر كثيرا فسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا فكبروا الله تكبيرا
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد
سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم فكبروا الله تكبيرا
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد
وإلهكم إله واحد لا إله إلا هو الرحمن الرحيم وكبروا الله تكبيرا
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد
الحمد لله الحمد لله الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ولا نظير له ولا مثال له الذي لا أحصي ثناء عليه كما أثنى على نفسه عز جاره وجل ثناؤه ولا يحسن جنده ولا يخلف بعضه ولا إله غيره ونشهد أن سيدنا وسندنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فيا عباد الله اتقوا الله وأطيعوه الله مع الذين اتقوا والذين هم محسنون. قال الله تعالى في كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا إلى آخر الآية. صدق الله العظيم. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إن المؤمن للمؤمن كالبنيان يشد بعضه بعضا. صدق Resulullah fîmâ gâle kemâ gâle. Değerli kardeşlerim, bizler bu bayrama nice günlerden, nice iftarlardan, nice sahurlardan sonra geldik. Bir ay oruç tuttuktan sonra neşenin, sevincin, huzurun eşiğine vardık. Hep birlikte aynı sofranın etrafında aynı bekleyişin yolcusu olduk. Sevindik, sevindirdik, sevindirildik. Topluca aynı sevinçleri yüreklerimizde paylaştık. Müslümanlar olarak aynı çaresizliklerin, aynı kederlerin halkası olduk. Bütün farklılıklarımızı unuttuk. Bir olduk, birlik olduk. Her akşam iftarı hak ettiğimiz gibi bugün de bayramı hak ettik. Muhterem Müslümanlar, bu bayram huzur ve esenliğin bayramı. Bu bayram Allah'a gönülden teslim olmuş müminlerin bayramıdır. Bu bayram yaratılış gaye ve hikmetine uygun bir hayat yaşamanın bayramıdır. Bu bayram Kur'an ile yenilenmenin bayramı. Bu bayram imsak ile dizginlenen nefislerin mükafatı olarak nimetlerin ikrama dönüştüğü iftarın bayramıdır. Bu bayram yokluğu, açlığı, susuzluğu hissederek sahip olduğumuz nimet ve kazanımları başkasıyla paylaşmanın bayramıdır. Bu bayram dayanışmanın, yardımlaşmanın, arınmanın, karşılıksız vermenin bayramıdır. Bu bayram yeryüzünü ifsad edenlerin değil, ıslah edenlerin, felaha erenlerin bayramıdır. Bu bayram Rabbimizin hep birlikte Allah'ın ipine sımsıkı sarılın, parçalanıp bölünmeyin emrine uyarak her türlü fitne, fesat ve tefrikanın karşısında duranların bayramıdır. Kardeşlerim, gelin bugün aynı sofrada sevindiğimiz gibi, aynı kıblede buluştuğumuz gibi, aynı peygamberde birleştiğimiz gibi, aynı kitaba inandığımız gibi kardeş olalım. Bizi birbirimize düşürmek isteyenleri utandıralım, ayağımıza dolanan bütün tuzakları bozalım. Peygamberimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem müminler bir binanın yapı taşları gibidir. Onlar birbirlerinin hayata tutunmasını temin ederler. Hadisi gereğince birbirimizi tutalım, birbirimize tutunalım. Kardeşliğimizi pekiştirelim, birbirimize kol kanat gerelim. Şehirlerimiz huzurun, kardeşliğin şehirleri olsun. Farklılıklarımızı hoş görelim. Kardeşlerim, geliniz ecdadımıza layık evlat olmak için çalışalım. Bu gök kubbenin altında insanlığa bayram ümidi olduğumuzu unutmayalım. Yeryüzünde kimsenin burnu kanamasın diye çırpınalım. Başkalarının kurtuluşu için dua edelim. Geliniz yüreklerin en ağır yükü olan küskünlüklere son verelim. Bayram sevincini içimizde hissedelim. Bayram coşkusunu gönüllerden gönüllere, evlerden evlere, şehirlerden şehirlere taşıyalım. Geliniz yetimlerin, gariplerin, kimsesizlerin tebessümüyle bayramlarımıza tat katalım. Bayram yapamayanlara bayram yaptıralım. Hasta köşelerinde şifa bekleyenlerin gönüllerini alalım. İslam beldelerinde zorda, darda, sıkıntıda olan kardeşlerimize dua edelim. Kıymetli kardeşlerim, bugün bayram günü Mevlana Camii olarak da, kardeşlerimiz olarak da cemaatimizin, camimizin giderlerine sahip çıkmasını beklemekteyiz. Elbette ki bu camilerin finanse edilmesi cemaat tarafından olmaktadır. Onun için bu bayram gününde camilerin boynunu da, camimizin boynunu da büküp bırakmayalım. Bayramımız yeni bayramlar doğursun, sevincimiz yeni sevinçlerin toprağı olsun. Mutluluğumuz dünyanın dört bir yanındaki acılara teselliler sunsun. Soframızda açlar doysun, elimizden susuzlar hep suya kavuşsun. Birliğimiz, huzurumuz ve muhabbetimiz daim olsun. Ela inne ahsenel kelam ve eblagan nizam kelamullahil melikil azizil allam kema qalallahu tebareke ve teala fil kelam ve izâ budi'el Kur'an festemi'u leh ve ansitu leallekum turhamun ettaibu minezzemmi kemen la zembeleh estağfirullahel azim ve etûbü ileyh ve es'elullâhe li ve lekumut tevfîk.
Honorable brothers and sisters, Eid Mubarak to you all. We have reached the Eid after many days, many iftars and many sahurs. We are at the doorstep of joy, jubilation and peace after having fasted for a month. We waited for the same thing all together around the same table. We rejoiced, made others rejoice, and others made us rejoice. We collectively shared the same joy in our hearts. As Muslims, we shared the same despair, the same grief. We forgot about our differences. We became one and banded together. As we deserved iftar every night, we now have deserved the celebration, inshallah. Venerable Muslims, this is the celebration of peace and prosperity. This is the celebration of believers who have sincerely devoted themselves to Allah. This is the celebration of leading a life in compliance with the purpose and wisdom of creation. This is the celebration of relieving ourselves with Quran. This is the celebration of iftar, where blessings turn into treats as a reward for restraining our souls with imsak. This is the celebration of sharing our blessings and experiences with others after experiencing poverty, hunger and thirst. This is the celebration of solidarity, helping others, refine ourselves and giving without asking anything in return. This is the celebration of those who improve and salvage the earth, not of those who corrupt it. This is the celebration of those who stand against any sedition, mischief and division by adhering to Allah's command and hold firmly to the robe of Allah altogether and do not become divided. Brothers and sisters, come let us be brothers and sisters today, just like we rejoice at the same table, meet at the same Qibla, unite with the same Prophet and believe in the same book. Let us humiliate those who want to pit us against one another and beat all the traps tangled around our feet. Let us strengthen one another as per our beloved Prophet's hadith, ﷺ. Believers are like the building blocks of a structure. They make each other stronger. Let us reinforce our fraternity. Let us look after one another. Let us make our steeds the steeds of peace and brotherhood. Let us tolerate our differences. Dear brothers and sisters, come let us try to be worthy of children to our ancestors. Let us remember that we are the hope for celebration for the humankind under the firmament. Let us make all the effort to avoid any blood being shed in the world. Let us pray for the salvation of others. Come, let us make our Eid better with the smile of orphans, the poor, and the downtrodden. Let us bring the celebration to those who cannot celebrate the Eid. Let us please those awaiting a cure in hospitals. Let us pray for brothers and sisters going through tough times in the cities of Islam. Today is the day of Eid al-Fitr. Your brothers in the governing body of this masjid has got big expectation on you because masjid financial issue is really big. But this is our masjid. Dealing with its issues is the responsibility of all of us. Today let us collect sadaqah as much as enough to make them happy and make them feel they are not alone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala multiply the rewards maybe 1,000 times more than normal time. Try your best please. And also we are selling Eid desserts baklava outside. One of the best baklava in London, made by its experts and 2-3 times cheaper than market price. All the money raised will go to the masjid expenses. Dear brothers and sisters, let our celebration breed new celebrations. Let our joy be the soil of new joyful occasions. Let our happiness offer consolation to the suffering all around the world. Let the hungry eat from our table. Let the thirsty drink water out of out of our hand. Let our unity, peace and harmony be everlasting, inshallah. Eid Mubarak.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, ta'zimna li nabiyyi wa takriman li maqamati sha'n sharaf as-safiyyi. فقال عز وجل من قائل مخبرا وآمرا إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى سيدنا محمد وعلى سيدنا محمد. اللهم بارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد. اللهم بارك على وقل الحمد لله الذي لم يتخذ ولدا ولم يكن له شريك في الملك ولم يكن له ولي من الذل وكبره تكبيرا.
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. على رسولنا محمد صلاة. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وما أرسلناك إلا رحمة للعالمين.
آمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. ربنا لا تجعلنا فتنة للذين كفروا واغفر لنا ربنا إنك أنت العزيز الحكيم. ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا اجعل لنا من أمرنا فرجا ومخرجا. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك وإنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت ولك الحمد على ما قضيت. تباركت اللهم ربنا وتعاليت. نستغفرك ونتوب إليك يا غافر الخطايا يا كاشف البلايا يا منتهى الرجايا يا مزدل العطايا يا واسع الهدايا يا رازق البرايا يا قاضي المنايا يا سامع الشكايا يا باعث السرايا يا مطلق الأسارى أتلفهم سراحا يا مطلق الأسارى أتلفهم سراحا. اللهم وفقنا إلى ما تحب وترضى. اللهم أيدنا بروح من عندك. اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا. اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا. اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة. اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم إتلافا لسراء إخواننا المسجونين والموقوفين والمضطرين والمعذورين تغنينا به عن إتلاف من سواك. يا من هو عند المنكسرة قلوبهم ها نحن منكسر القلوب. اجبر كسرنا واجبر كسرنا واجبر كسرنا. يا من يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء ها نحن مضطرون. قد ضاقت علينا الأرض بما رحبت وضاقت علينا أنفسنا. إنما نشكو بثنا وحزننا وشكايتنا وكمدنا إلى الله. اللهم صل على الذات المحمدية اللطيفة الأحدية شمس سماء الأسرار ومظهر الأنوار ومركز مدار الجلال وقطب فلك الجمال. اللهم بسره لديك وبسيره إليك آمن خوفي وأقل عثرتي وأذهب حزني وحرصي وكني وخذني إليك مني وارزقني الفلاح عني ولا تجعلني مفتونا من نفسي محسوبا بحسي. اكشف لي عن كل سر مكتوم يا حي يا قيوم يا حي يا قيوم يا حي يا قيوم ya İlahi alemin ve ya erhamer rahimin. Şu mübarek saatlerde, şu bayram namazının olduğu saatlerde huzuruna geldik, ellerimizi boş çevirme ya Rabbel alemin. Günahlarımızı bağışla ya Rabbel alemin. Bayrama günahları affedilmiş olan insanlardan, çıkan insanlardan eyle bizleri ya Rabbel alemin. Bizleri günahlara bir daha dönmeme noktasında irade ver, gayret ver ya Rabbel alemin. Ya İlahel alemin, Kur'an'ı kalplerimize süsle, isyanı, küfrü de bizlerden uzak eyle ya Rabbel alemin. Ya İlahel alemin, ömrümüzün kalanını geçeninden daha hayırlı eyle. En hayırlı günümüzü, en son günümüz, en hayırlı amelimizi, son amelimiz eyle ya Rabbel alemin. Senden rıza istiyoruz, takva istiyoruz, bizlere nasip eyle ya Rabbel alemin. Ümmeti Muhammed'e merhamet eyle. Ümmeti Muhammed'in ayıplarını ört ya Rabbel alemin. Kardeşlerimizle bizlerin arasını buluştur, kalplerimizi birbirine telif eyle ya Rabbel alemin. Hakkın senin razı olduğun ve sevdiğin işlere bizleri muvaffak eyle. İbadetleri bizlere sevdir ya Rabbel alemin, ona devam etmeyi nasip eyle. Günahlardan da bizleri uzak eyle ya Rabbel alemin. Ya İlahel alemin ve ya Erhamer rahimin. Dünyanın dört bir tarafında müminler ilim inlemektedir. Onların ilimlerini dindir ya Rabbel alemin. Dünyanın dört bir tarafında müminler ilim inlemekte. Onların sıkıntılarını gider ya Rabbel alemin. Sen sıkıntıları giderensin. Sen bizlerin de sıkıntılarını gider ya Rabbel alemin. İnancından dolayı derdest edilen, hapsedilen, tutuklanan kardeşlerimize hürriyetlerini nasip eyle ya Rabbel alemin. Mallarına el konulan kardeşlerimizin mallarını geri ver ya Rabbel alemin. Bizlerin kalplerine, gönüllerine sevinçler yaşat ya Rabbel alemin. Bizlere imanla kabre girmeyi nasip eyle. İmanla bizleri son nefesimizi vermeyi nasip eyle ya Rabbel alemin. Rabbena atina fid dünya haseneten ve fil ahireti haseneten ve qina azabennar. Rabbena ighfirli ve li valideyye ve lil mu'minine yevme yekûmul hisab. برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين امين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحه.
Well, as you can see there, the Eid prayer has just been completed, and we're wishing not just the Muslims, everyone all over the world a happy Eid. And we do hope that you'll be able to take, well, the brother is saying happy Eid to you. We're live on Facebook. The most message around today is we must continue to preach love, We must continue to unite wherever you are all over the world. Remember Niger Diaspora, bringing it to you wherever it's taking place, right into your doorstep. We want to make sure you have the feel, of what is actually, taking place, all over the world. And that is the reason why, we broadcast to you, not just Assalamu Alaikum. We want to say Eid Mubarak to the Muslims that are watching and non-Muslims on Facebook. That's it, that's the message. The most important thing, like I keep saying, is make it different. Thank you very much, Walata. I almost slept off. I was completely knocked out. I think when your call made a big difference this morning. And that's what I said. It's not just about you. You got to remember that there's so many people that need something. And the message around today is not just for the Muslims, but for the humanity. Humanity comes first. And that's, as long as you remember that, you will make a difference. As long as you remember not just about you. I keep saying that. Stop thinking about me. Think about others as well. Remember, you are 1,000,000 times better than so many other people as well. But the most important thing is make a big difference. Touch someone's life. Make that difference. We keep waiting for the government. The government is not going to solve all the problems. We've known that already. 200,000 tons of date was sent to Nigeria from Saudi Arabia, and that went into the market. That is very, very disgusting. And this is the message. It is about you making that difference. Wherever you are, make a difference and make the world a better place. We have to keep preaching that. But the most message today is happy Eid to you, but also remember that there are thousands and thousands of people that are still struggling all over the world. Women are still being oppressed. The special need are still being oppressed. I said it just before I went into the mosque. Remember, even if you send money to someone in Nigeria that have a little bit of special need, they can't access the money because the cash machine is bigger than someone on the wheelchair. I've been to Nigeria so many times as well. There is no access to a wheelchair person in most of the banks in Nigeria. And these are some of the difficulties that someone with special needs are going through. My battery is running very low, so just in case it cut off, I'll continue speaking until the battery runs down completely. But today's message is make a difference, become someone, become a voice. A lot of us, myself, we don't want to get into politics. Politics dictates everything that we are all about in this world now. Wherever you are, whether you're in Ghana, whether you're in Zimbabwe, whether you're in Kenya, whether you're in Nigeria, remember, we must continue talking, we must continue making that difference. Grenfell Tower was politics that was played with lives of people. And if you don't voice out, what would eventually happen is, someone will be dictating certain things that might not have better effect to us. 31 million pounds is needed just to put sprinkle waters in all the 231 blocks in Birmingham. They are still debating on that. That tells you that life doesn't even take so many things important, even though some of us might think we live in the Western world. 31 million pounds can be deducted from any money within the government and put the sprinkle water in all the tower blocks in Birmingham. We've got over 600 tower blocks in United Kingdom, and yet they're finding it very difficult to put sprinkle waters in them. That is how, if you pass through, I said to some of you that lives in London or Manchester, try to visit that Grenfell Tower, and you'll remember a lot of voices that were coming out during that fire. A lot of children that died in there. I was even told there was a lady that was pregnant, but she couldn't make it out. There's so many stories that is not coming out. But the most important thing is we pray for the life of those that have lost. But if you watching me, say to yourself, I'm not going to get involved. These are the situations that will arise, not just here in United Kingdom, but all over the world as well. We say to everyone, happy Eid, but the most important thing is continue to make your voice heard. If you don't make your voice heard, then what would eventually happen is a lot of women will be suppressed, a lot of children will be suppressed, a lot of people with special needs will be suppressed. Niger Diaspora, Olayomi Koiki, your host, will continue making that voice. We will bring it to you, not just in UK, we want to move around as well. We need a lot of logistics. If you think you can help with whatever it is, give us a call. You got my number, you can send me a message. Also, we're working with so many young people as well in Nigeria. Just by giving them advice, sometimes they send us flyers, we edit it. Remember, the government is asking people to go into business. These are people that cannot even write a proper business plan. These are the issues. We're talking about the basic, But the most important thing is United Nations is not going to do so much. USAID is not going to do so much. It's about you and me. We must continue to put our money where we can get a result. Like I said, there's so many people that are trying to do so many beautiful things, not just in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Ghana. You know, if you follow Lydiat Olet, she's from Kenya. She was in Kenya about a couple of weeks ago. She just came back from Kenya. You know, she went into the slum. You know, children that could not get a proper education. You are complaining here because you have access to free education. But remember, there are millions of people that cannot even have that access to education. Pauline Long was speaking yesterday at the Women's Matter. A 11-year-old girl has been taking care of her mother that have a stroke for the last 6 years. Eventually, according to her, the woman died. You know, these are the issues. But everyone is thinking because the United Nations says, oh, we're going to support. This money have been sent to African countries before I was born, and there hasn't been any different. It is high time we become a voice. We must not use all the tools available to us, all the social media. Forget about there's so many other things that can be used now in terms of getting our message across. There are so many people that have been oppressed. You know, if we look at it now in Nigeria, you know, the government needs to do more in terms of giving the power to the local government so that they can make impact, you know, to those in the grassroots. Those in the grassroots are the ones going through difficulties. You know, you are in the federal, you don't know what those are on in the grassroots are going through. But the power is being held on, and as soon as the power gets held on, it becomes a big problem. We have so many young people that want to participate in politics. Kate Osama, the member of parliament for Edmonton, was at the Women in Politics 21st Century last night. This is another event that was put together by a former mayor of Enfield, Kate. But the most message she was saying is a lot of young people need to go into politics, because if we don't go into politics, the politics will be left to the tout, will be left to the thuggery, and the most important thing is they will be dictating for me and you. You can sit down in your comfort zone and think, I'm not going to get involved. If you don't get involved, we will see situations like Greenford Tower. That borough is one of the most expensive borough in the whole United Kingdom and in Europe. Yet, people's lives were put at risk. There were so many doses that was said in terms of the risk of fire in that building. And eventually the fire came through and so many lives was lost. I'll be back there this coming week. Ramadan is finished. A lot of energy is back in me again. But the most important thing is, let us know if you've got anything coming up. Dioba Authentic Music is already live on iTunes. Make a purchase of it. Don't wait before someone tells you. It is high time we need to start supporting each other. I said to you last week Saturday we were at the Africanist. She's only 23 years old. She has done her 3rd magazine. These are the people that we need to support. Stop buying magazine that doesn't say anything about Africa. Let's support those that will make a big difference. I'm very angry this morning because what you got to remember, in as much as it's Eid and I'm happy, but there's so many less privileged children all over the world that are suffering because of politics that are being played out, you know, that is affecting not just you, it's affecting millions and millions of people around the world. And this is a message we need to start voicing. We need to start making our voices heard. Remember, 2019 is around the corner in Nigeria. We need to elect the right people. We don't want the people that have been there and they can't make any changes. There's so many opportunities given to them for 30 years, 40 years, but they have not touched those lives. People are still suffering all over Nigeria in 36 states. People are still suffering all over African countries. But the most important, bring it to you as it's happening. Again, as usual, my name is Olayomi Koiki. Niger Voices is every Wednesday between the hours of 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Make sure you tell someone to tell someone, because if you miss it out, you will probably be able to listen to it on YouTube. Remember, we still need a lot of people to support the cause as well. We need you to sponsor the program. Get in touch with us. You know, we can work out something very easy for you. Remember, all this event that we are attending, people are paying for us to come down there so that we can transmit their life to you. If you want the same thing in any of your organizations, get in touch with us and we will make sure we make it happen. Later on this evening, I'm going to be at Dr. Dayo Olomo birthday party. It's also a cause, he's making his 52nd birthday party as a charity cause. These are what we are saying, let's start making big difference from wherever you are. It doesn't matter whether you're in Nigeria, whether you're in South Africa, whether you're in Zimbabwe, you can touch lives, and that is the message today. Again, as usual, my name is Olayomi Koiki, Nigeria Diaspora, one central hub, connecting not just the Nigerians in UK, but everyone all over the world. I say to you, wherever you are, happy Eid. But the message today is, let's continue to unite, let's continue to love each other, and let's continue to work hard. We are not going to wait for any government now to do things for us, but we must make sure that we get the right people into the post. 2019 in Nigeria is going to be a tough one, but we're going to be monitoring everything from the beginning up to the end. We're going to make sure that we get the message across to the youth. If you have not got your voters register card, I think you should start thinking of that now. Get your PVC ready, because we're going to use that to get so many people that shouldn't be in power. Those that are there that are not making the difference. This is what we are talking about. Kate Osamo said it yesterday, the member of parliament to Edmonton. You can watch the video clip. You know, I'm going to be going on now. I'm going to be putting, I won't be able to do a lot of editing today, but some of the video will be on YouTube, but you can go back on my Facebook page and watch those two events we did yesterday. Women's Matter, and also women in politics in 21st century. Women are doing so much. They are the most tireless people in this world. No matter how late a woman goes to bed, trust me, they'll be up and running again the following morning. And this is what we are saying, that we need to make sure that we give love and support to all the women all over the world. The women that are being oppressed, we must continue to talk about it as well. There are so many women that are being oppressed globally, and it is between us that we must make sure we make that difference. Again, join me every Wednesday between the hours of 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. when I bring to you Niger Voices, wherever you are. Later on this evening, I will be at Dr. Dayo Olomu 52nd birthday party. Hopefully we'll be able to bring that live to you as well. But the message around it is, Niger Diaspora still need everyone's support. We need your logistics, we need your assistance, we need you to sponsor our program, you need to sponsor a lot of our show so that we can touch so many lives as well. People think, you know, we've got so much money. Yes, definitely you have to scrutinize, you know, some of the messages that come through. But trust me, there are some people that really need the help. And, you know, you'll be amazed, you know, the kind of messages that comes through our phone every day. People are in the university, they don't have access to the internet, they want to do a little bit of research. We're talking about people in African country. Remember, the data is very expensive. You know, these are the things that we do. You know, we send data to people, you know, that we know genuinely that they're in the university and they're trying to make a difference. You are right where you are, you got access to free Wi-Fi, you got a cheaper data, but there's so many people in Nigeria, in Kenya, that wants to do the same thing, but they can't even get access to the internet. There's no good electricity. There's a sister bringing a project in October, NEMA. We'll be giving you a little bit on that as well. It is high time a lot of us with PhD, masters, start thinking of making use of it back home. You know, because at the end of the day, there's so much work back home that needs to be done. There's less talk, but let's put a lot of things into action. What we've been doing in the last decade is we've been talking. It is high time we start putting things into action. And without action plan, we cannot get the result. Don't think the Western world is going to solve all our problems. We need to solve the problem for ourselves. We need to engage. We need to discuss. We need to dialogue. And we need to live in peace and unity. Whether you are Igbo, whether you are Hausa, whether you are Yoruba, you are Ijaw, we should be able to live with peace, harmony and unity. A lot of you live in Western world, you know, we mingle together. The Imam just said it there, you know, the mosque is open to non-Muslims. How many mosques in Nigeria are open to non-Muslim? These are the questions we should be asking ourselves. Are we even interacting with each other? Is the church interacting with the mosque? Is the local community interacting with each other? Before we can start talking about the bigger picture, you within your own community as a leader, start making that changes. Invite the mosque to the church, invite the church to the mosque, invite the non-Muslims as well. Let us engage. And that is the only way we can create peace among ourselves. There's too many agitation going on at the moment. All is because some are not well educated. Some are angry. And you could be angry because if we look at a community that is producing one of the most important things that is bringing money to Nigeria, I mean, if you look at that area, and you see the devastation that has taken place in that area, people will be angry, people will be upset. How can a country where we're producing so much crude oil and yet it's still expensive to even buy a crude oil to your own generator? There's no electricity, we are producing the crude oil, and yet so many people are going to bed every night with no electricity. These are the issues that is really making agitation in Nigeria and also other African countries. These are the real issues. I was reading a report. The diesel has been reduced to 160 naira. The diesel should be free to everyone in Nigeria because we have so much that we are producing, but yet people are living and going to bed every night. They cannot even put the diesel in the generator. A lot of businesses are running on generator. They are running on the diesel because there's no good electricity. And yet, I hope 2019 we're gonna make a difference. We need to make a difference come 2019, and it is a fact about it. There's not about doubt about it anymore. A lot of us are working behind the scene. A lot of plans are being put out. But if you don't raise your voice and make a difference, those in power will continue to be there. All their children are schooling abroad, all their children are receiving treatment abroad, and yet no one is saying nothing. We need to know, if you're going to be a governor, if you're going to be a senator, bring your children back to school in the public school in Nigeria or wherever it is in African countries. You can't have your children studying in Oxford and Cambridge paying international fee, and yet you're telling us you want to make a difference. There's so many schools that you see so many pictures coming out in Nigeria, and it's so disheartening, it's so upsetting. And these are the real issues. The real issues need to start being talked about. We need to start making that voice heard. And I can tell you, there's so many work behind the scene. Come 2019, we're going to make sure that we use the social media to make that big difference. Remember, social media was what Jeremy Corbyn used to bring out all the more than millions and millions of youth to come out to vote. And these are what we're working on as well. 2019 is going to be a big changer in Nigeria. You cannot have your own children schooling abroad. Why those that in Nigeria don't have access to better water system? There's so many universities in Nigeria that doesn't have a 24 hours electricity. How many people can go to private university? These are very, very expensive. And the government is there telling us they're doing something. You must tell us come 2019 what you're doing, because we want to know your track record, how long you've been there and what are the changes you've made. A lot of you travel down to European country, you go to Canada, you come there to UK, but yet you can't take out the message that you're saying here in United Kingdom. If you look behind me, that's just a bus stop. You don't have to have a vehicle before you can move around in London. So many